Welcome back to Let's Get Cooking. It's your girl Rashida. I'm excited to bring you in the kitchen and show you how I made some sweet and spicy barbecue wings along with a side of cabbage. You're getting a 2-for-1 in this video. Let's get started. I have 3 pounds of party wings. Got these from my Dutch market, my local Dutch market, which I love because all their chicken, all their meats are nice and fresh right then and there. I'm using a few seasonings on my chicken, and that's just basically some chicken poultry seasoning, some complete seasoning, some sazon, a little bit of jerk seasoning, and a little bit of adobo powder. So I'm going to season these liberally on both sides and get them ready to go into the oven. I am baking these wings. You could, of course, fry them. You can use the air fryer, which I do all the time. But today I went back old school, traditional, and I'm baking these wings. So that's even a little bit of health benefit right there. So you see me putting the seasonings on both sides. And once I'm done, I'm going to put them on a sheet pan and get them ready for the oven. My oven is preheated to 375 degrees.
I've been so far away. I've had a lot on my plate.
That process is complete. As you see, I have a nice liberal amount of seasoning on my chicken, but yet it's really not going to be salty at all. You just want that extra added flavor to chicken. Chicken is very bland, so you got to add some seasoning to flavor it up, and it goes well with the sauce. Next, I'm just getting a sheet pan, like a cookie sheet. I like to line that with foil. And I'm going to use a baking rack to lay the chicken on, just to drain a little excess fat that may fall. I have not always used my baking rack, but I do like the baking rack. It is less messy. So if you have one, it is worth using. But if you don't, you can just lay the chicken right on the foil. And if you don't have nonstick foil, I would spray it with a little bit of cooking spray so that your chicken won't stick to the foil. But anyway, I'm placing the chicken on the rack. This is 3 pounds of chicken, so it's pretty much going to fill this baking rack up. If I had any more, it would not fit. I would have to make probably like 2 batches. But this fit perfect. And once the chicken's all on the rack, it's going in the oven. I'm going to bake this chicken for about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. Definitely just want to make sure it's well done, a little bit crispy, and that's just cooked all the way through. So about 30 minutes, 35 minutes on each side is the perfect time. Okay, all my chicken has been placed on the rack, and we're going to get it ready to go into the oven. This is the first step. The first step is to season your chicken, place it on the baking rack or on the foil, and prepare for the oven. Now, while my chicken is in the oven baking, I'm going to start on my cabbage. I'm using a couple sweet peppers. As you see, I have a variety of red, orange, and yellow. I like these little sweet peppers. They come in a package at the store, at Costco. You could buy them and just use them in any dish you like, but they're just nice and easy to cut real quick. So I'm just cutting up a couple peppers, and then I usually put onion in my cabbage, but I did not have an onion on hand. Thought I did, but I didn't. But I had a shallot, which is in the onion family somewhat, so I'm using the shallot. So I'm using my peppers, and I'm going to cut up a shallot just a little bit. And these are just added flavors that I like to add to my cabbage. If you don't have them, sometimes people don't even like to put peppers in the cabbage, and that's fine too. I haven't always, but these are sweet peppers, so they add a nice extra burst of flavor to the cabbage.
But I don't want to be that man. I want to do better by you. I want to be better.
All right, peppers and shallots chopped up. Now ready for the cabbage. This is a large head of cabbage. I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm going to use most of it. And what I like to do, and I learned years ago, is I like to cut it and kind of shred it to make smaller pieces and help it cook faster. But I do like to eat my cabbage shredded. So I'm just going to cut this cabbage in half, and you can kind of watch just how I cut it down. Instead of like squares, instead of really chopping it, it's a rough shred. Now cabbage is so dense and thick that you definitely need a sharp knife. But just be sure that you're comfortable with handling sharp knives. Um, and just take your time cutting that however you like. This is just the way I'm cutting it today. This is a quick and easy way. I got a question for you. I haven't done question of the day in a long time. But question, do you like greens or cabbage better? Which one do you prefer? Now, that's a hard question for me. It depends on the day. But I love greens and I love cabbage. So I don't know. I'll go 50-50, but what's your preference? Do you like greens? Do you like cabbage, one or the other? Some people actually, I've seen combine the cabbage and greens. Haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll try it one day, but I have actually seen cabbage and greens combined. All right, back to cooking the cabbage. I have a large pot and I'm just putting about a tablespoon of butter in because what I didn't tell you, I'm adding in a little bit of bacon, and that bacon flavor just enhances the cabbage. But if you don't eat pork, don't worry about it. Just please omit this step. But I'm adding in about 2 or 3 slices of bacon, and I'm gonna cook this and render down that fat. Just cook it for a few minutes, maybe about 5 minutes. And I'm gonna keep the bacon in there. I just chopped it. Once it's fully cooked, I'm going to add in the peppers and saute those for a few minutes along with the bacon and the bacon fat. That bacon has cooked down perfectly. Now I'm going to grab my peppers and shallot and just go ahead and saute those in that bacon grease, probably for just about 2 or 3 minutes. And then I'm going to add in the cabbage that I chopped, that I shredded. One thing I like about cabbage is that it cooks quickly. I feel that it cooks much faster than greens. And I think I might have to run it back. I think I like greens just a little bit better than cabbage, but I really like cabbage too, especially if it's cooked well. Um, so anyway, cabbage will cook down just like greens. They fill up the pot, but they definitely cook down and reduce in size. So I'm just get all my cabbage in there. And then I'm gonna just start stirring that up, incorporating those peppers and that bacon into the cabbage. It's quite a bit of stirring with the cabbage. I don't put a lid on it versus versus greens. I made some greens in one of my last videos, so if you want to know how to make greens, please check out that video. Um, but with cabbage, I find it's just a lot of stirring. I keep an eye on to make sure it doesn't burn because I don't add any additional liquids. Some people add vinegar, and that's fine. I don't add vinegar to my cabbage, and it might look dry at first, but as you keep turning it, that moisture will come out the cabbage and it will definitely loosen up the bottom. So you will see as I'm making the cabbage that I will just be stirring and I'll give it a break and let it cook. And then I'll come back and stir some more. And this took probably no longer than 20 to 25 minutes from start to completion. Now, instead of talking you through as I'm cooking, I'm just going to kind of let you watch. I do add some seasonings, however. Cabbage needs seasoning. Cabbage is bland. So I am adding in some seasoning salt, real simple seasoning salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of salt. And that's it. Not too much. Um, just taste as you go. Just start off with a little bit, stir that in, let that set, taste it, and see if you want to add a little bit more. Or whatever seasonings you like to use with your vegetables or cabbage, just go ahead and apply those. Oh, I do add one more little secret ingredient, and that is just about a half teaspoon of sugar. Yes, I add a little sugar in there just to balance the acidity and balance the flavor out just a little bit, not too much. Ooh, that cabbage looks good. Look at those bacon bits. Oh, I'm ready to eat it now. Okay, time to grab my chicken from the oven. It has been about 30 minutes, so I'm just going to check it. And this is the point. Okay, it's coming along, it's cooking well, but I do need to turn each piece over and just let it continue to cook. It's so funny now because chicken wings have become so popular. I remember years ago when chicken wings, they weren't the favorite part of the chicken, maybe the breast or the leg or the thigh, but now it's chicken wings have taken over. So everywhere you go, it's wings this, wings that. So it's always good to just get a package and just play around with them at home. Okay, from then to now, I have placed the chicken back in the oven, cooked it for another 30 minutes, brought it back out, and now I'm going to add the sauce. And I'm going to just show you this quick and easy sauce that I'm making for my wings. And I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. And just about a cup and a half of the sauce. Then I'm going to add in about 3 tablespoons of honey. So you want to have some honey on hand. And then I'm adding about a tablespoon of hot sauce and just mix that all together. Now, this is what I had at home. You're welcome just to make your own flavor barbecue sauce. You can just use regular barbecue sauce and put it on the chicken and place it back in the oven and just go from there. I'm just making this the little sweet and spicy. I'm going to also add in some garlic powder to my sauce. So I have the sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, I have honey, and I have some hot sauce plus garlic powder. Stir that all together. Apply it to the wings, to both sides of my wings. Place them back in the oven on 400. I raised the degrees because it's only going to be for about 5 minutes. I'm going to cook this sauce on the chicken. And then the chicken is going to be done. So this is what makes the sweet and spicy wings. And oh, they are so good. They're so, so good. So right now I'm just going to apply my sauce. And like I said, at this time, you want to raise your oven to 400 degrees. And just let them cook. And that sauce will just kind of coat the chicken nicely. And then bring it out, let it cool for a few minutes, and it's ready to go. You can eat them as is. Just make sure you liberally apply the sauce to the chicken. If you have to add some more, just add a little bit more in the bowl and just keep on going. As I'm wrapping up, putting my sauce on my chicken. Once again, it's going to go right back in the oven for just 5 minutes, very briefly on a higher degree temp. And I'm pulling them back out and plating them at this point. They are finished. They are complete. So excited. Dinner is close. It's around the corner. I have my cabbage finished and now my chicken wings are finished. I'm just going to garnish those. I had some green onions, some scallions sitting around. So I just chopped those up and topped them with a little bit of those green onions. Always extra little bit of flavor like they do in Asian restaurants. And that's it. My sweet and spicy wings are complete. You guys have to try it. Please let me know how they turn out. Thanks for coming in the kitchen. Thanks for cooking with me today. We made a 2-for-1. We made it sweet and spicy wings and some cabbage. That's a whole dinner right there. It's a great weekday dinner. We had it. Family enjoyed it. Family loved it. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like and please share. Till the next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.